How's it going? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing great. Hope you had a great week. Hope your life has been good since the last episode of this podcast. My name is Jake Letizia, and this is Talking to Myself, and welcome to another one of them. This is the podcast where I look into a camera and I talk to myself. That's what I usually say. I fucking fully forgot. Who gives a fuck, dude? How you doing? How's it going, bro? I've been having a rough time, dude. In the past week and a half, I developed a cyst on my taint. That's how we're going to start things. With the truth of my medical life, dude. With the truth of what's going on with me medically, that's how we're starting. There's a cyst on my perineum, dude. Perineum is the clinical term for the area between your ball sack and your asshole, and I have a giant crater on it right now. Well, honestly, going into the weekend, it was a giant crater, but now it didn't resolve itself. I had to go to urgent care with no insurance, which was chill as fuck, dude. Dude, it's so funny when you don't have health insurance because everybody acts really upset. They act scared when you say it. Like when you're at the doctor's office and you go, yeah, I don't have any insurance, the person behind the desk looks at you with fear in their eyes and goes, are you self-paying? And I'm like, clearly, dude. Why? I'm not gonna show up without insurance and then be like, well, no, I was hoping you would just pay out of pocket. I was hoping the receptionist right now would just find some kindness in her heart and pay the bill. No, dude. Yes, I came in with no insurance. It's okay, dude. I've done the math. I've assessed if I can do this, and I'm here. I'll pay my bill. And here's the thing is I was way out of pocket. I thought it was going to be way more expensive than it was, but it was honestly cheaper than I thought it would be. Still too much money. Still way too much money. But then again, when you're on insurance, bro, they make you pay like a $75 copay with some insurances, which is like, all right. It's double that if I don't have it. So it's two visits. If I don't have insurance, I pay for two visits at once. That's kind of crazy, dude. I feel like if you have health insurance, it should be 0 visits. I feel like if you have health, dude, I've had Medicaid, I've had the free one from the government, and it's the best health insurance I've ever been on in my entire life, dude. You don't pay, you go in and you pay nothing, dude. And the thing that's bad about it is like they have to schedule things on different days because you can't do multiple tests in one day because the coverage doesn't allow that. So like that's how they end up making it so you pay nothing, is that they work it around where it's like you can't get multiple tests in one day. You have to get one test this week, one test next week. So that's a little bit annoying, but at the same time, when it means that I don't pay any amount of money, that's just what all of it should be, dude. If you make a lot of, especially if you're paying for some of these fucking health insurances, dude, if you buy health insurance out of pocket, I was looking into it. This cyst made me fucking get online and go, because I missed open enrollment for my job. So I'm like, okay, well, I need some health insurance right now. I go online, first I look on a random site, and then I start getting fucking scam calls that are like trying to sell me really cheap versions of health insurance that then you got to pay double when you actually have a test happen. Just everything becomes scammed and turned into a sales job. Every single thing in life somehow turns into a job where you're sitting in a cubicle with 20 other people who you're calling people up so that they can scream at you and you can plot suicide. That's what every facet of American economics ends up with a job like that, dude. Did that sentence make sense, what I just said? Who knows, dude? But you know what I'm saying, bro. Every single thing gets turned into a guy on the phone who hates his fucking life, trying to sell you something you don't want, but you might want, but when you buy it, you'll be pissed off. Doesn't matter if it's fucking home contracting stuff. Doesn't matter if it's health insurance. Doesn't matter if it's fucking buying a home. Whatever the thing is that you think is gonna help you. There's a guy out there calling you up trying to fuck you. Anyway, but the legit the ACA compliant health insurances, the ones that are approved by the government or whatever the fuck, I don't know. I'm not a very intelligent guy, but I have enough knowledge to know that these ACA compliant health insurances that cover a lot of shit or cover all of the shit that should be covered, it's like $800 a month for it. If you're paying $800 a month on health insurance, you shouldn't have to pay a single fucking dollar. If I'm paying $800 in health insurance a month, if you say the word copay to me, I'm going to shoot you in the head, dude. What are you talking about? You deserved a swift punch to the mouth if you bring up a copay after someone pays a $900 a month bill, dude. What is the $900 a month covering if not the visits during the month? And I understand that health insurance is for emergencies, but it's like you're shelling out $12,000 a year just in case. That's fucking crazy, dude. So every year that you pay $12,000. So you're basically wasting your money until you have cancer, and then you're saving some money. I don't know. It doesn't seem like a good system, dude. All I'm saying is this cyst, dude, this cyst was hurting me so bad, and I was in a lot of pain, and I didn't have health insurance, and I was looking at the price that it was going to make me pay, and I viscerally in my gut was like, you know what, dude? I get it a little bit. I get the Luigi thing. You can't not understand. Dude, that guy, if I had chronic back pain, who knows what would happen, dude? Chronic back pain, no insurance? A person could only be pushed so far, dude. No, I would never do something like that, but I can empathize, you know? All I'm saying is I see how he got to his ultimate decision. He should have not done it, but also health insurance shouldn't cost that much, you know? Two things are true. You shouldn't kill a man, but also it shouldn't cost all of your money to stay alive. Anyway, so I went to urgent care, and it was it was cheaper than I thought it'd be. Thank God. Still more than it should be, but I go in, and when you have a cyst, you know, all you want to do is pop it. It looks like a giant fucking pimple, and it hurts so bad, and it just feels like so much fucking pressure, and all you want to do is relieve the pressure by just popping it. Okay? And online, all it says is apply, don't pop it, don't fuck with it because it could get an infection. The only thing you can do is apply a warm compress to it. So I kept doing that because the warm compress, the heat of the compress encourages the cyst to drain out. It encourages like the fluid to surface and just ooze out disgustingly. Just a wet, pussy, gross shit, dude. I hope you're enjoying this right now. I like how I'm starting the podcast with the most disgusting thing I could possibly talk about. So that's all I was doing was applying a warm compress. And I got to the point where like there ended up being my cyst went from looking just like a red mark to looking like a giant pimple where there was an opening and you could drain it, dude, but it kept filling back up. And I'm like, I need it cut out or something. Everything online was like, you need it cut out of you. So I'm like, fuck it. This hurts. I keep draining it. I need to go to the doctor. Go there. I took my girlfriend with me. I took my girlfriend with me because I don't know, dude. There's something in my brain that I was like, it's just not a good look to go solo into the doctor's office right now and be like, yo, I got a cyst on my taint. I didn't want to lie on the table with my legs up and a woman squeezing my body, and it's like, you know, even though it's medical and it's real, it feels a little uncomfortable to be like, yo, you gotta look at my taint. Even though there's a problem there, I don't want to tell a woman to look down there. I just don't. It feels rude. So I was like, can you come with me to my girlfriend just so they know it's not. Because also, until they see the cyst, I could be making it up just as a perv move, dude. I could be just a big creep pulling an elaborate scheme, dude. But if my girlfriend's next to me, they'll be like, well, surely they're not both going to do this. Surely she's not going to help him do a disgusting, perverted move. He must really have a painful cyst. Also, I didn't know what to say because I didn't know if I should say taint, but then also perineum is so clinical that I'm like, they're not gonna know. I know it's their job to know what a perineum is, to know each part of the body, but like, you know, everyone's got their blind spots, dude. Listen, even though doctors go to school for 8 years, I don't expect them to know every bone in the body, dude. I don't expect them to know, you know, I expect them to know what an epidermis means skin, but I don't expect them to know perineum means my fucking strip, dude. So I tell the receptionist, she goes, where's your cyst? And I go, it's my perineum. And then she like smiles and laughs slightly, and I laugh. And I look at my girlfriend and I'm like, I have no idea if she knew what it was. It seemed like she did, but also at the same time, I'm like, I pointed. She probably just was like, I guess that's the name for the taint. But you know, it felt rude to say my fucking taint. It felt rude to tell her to say the word taint to a receptionist in the urgent care lobby, dude. It felt unconscionable to do. So I just was like, yeah, it's on my perineum. And then, you know, I went into the examination room, and then another nurse came, and she's like, where's your cyst? I was like, on my perineum. And she did not know. She definitely had no fucking clue. She didn't even react to what I said. And also it's funny because I felt like they wanted to ask me what that meant, but they knew they couldn't because it would look crazy unprofessional. I would have been like, yeah, I understand you not knowing what the fuck that is. So then the doctor comes in, and then the doctor also is like, so where's your cyst? And I'm realizing like even the doctor doesn't know what no one knows what a perineum is. No one knows what a perineum is, or they continue to ask. What is that thing at the doctor's office where like 3 different people ask you what's wrong and the doctor still asks you what's wrong? Like, is that to make sure that no one's pretending? Is that to weed out the liars who are just like hypochondriacs who are just in there for the love of the game, dude? Anyway, I explained to her, I go, it's on, you know, it's between my testicles and my asshole. I still didn't want to say taint. For some reason, I thought saying that was better. For some reason, I thought testicle and asshole was softer than taint. Maybe it's the T. It's the double T. You can't say a word that starts and ends with T in a doctor's office, dude. It's very rude. So I get on this. So she's like, how would it be best for me to look at this? And I'm like, oh, probably if I like lie on my back because it's like underneath my testicles. And then she goes, oh, okay, so why don't you like lie down flat? If I put this down, the seat down, or the chair, you know, the chair folds up and then you could bring it down. She goes, if I bring that down, you want to go on your stomach? And I was like, what? It's not in my asshole, dude. What are you talking? Like, it was very strange because she's going to a very sensitive part of my body, and she seems to not be listening to a word I'm saying. And I'm like, no, I think on my back. And she's like, oh, yeah, on your back. And I go, yeah. So then I go on my back, and I'm lifting up my testicles so she can see it. And she's looking at it, and then she goes, oh, can you let go of your testicles? And I'm like, okay. And well, because I'm trying to get them out of the way. And she's like, no, totally have them in the way so I can accidentally fuck them up. So I let go, and I just sit there, and then immediately she starts squeezing it and just trying to pop it. And I'm just thinking about everything it said online. Do not pop it. You're going to cause an infection if you try and pop it. Really don't try and pop it. Don't fuck with it at all. Don't even poke it, dude. Only hot compress. And she's doing every single thing you're not supposed to be doing. And also, she's raw dogging it, dude. She didn't give me... Everyone I knew who's gotten a cyst removed or drained, the doctor gave them some sort of antibiotics, and she just went, this is it, right? And I go, yeah. And I can't see what she's doing, but immediately I feel what she's doing, and she's just squeezing the fuck out of it. And I'm like, I keep going, ow. And then she's like, oh, sorry. And then just persists. Like... It's almost like I'm not there. It's almost like she's just like fucking with a cadaver. It was crazy, dude. And then she gets a Q-tip and she starts scraping the opening with a Q-tip. And I'm like, why are you doing that? What is that doing for any of it? And then I look at it after she fucks with it for a while, and it's larger than it has been every time I've drained it. Like, I've drained it better than the doctor. And I'm like, you weren't even draining it. You were just like fucking with it, dude. Were you just trying to hurt me? Like, what was that, dude? What was going on? Were you just taking some anger out? Were you just mad that I was the only patient in the entire urgent care? And you're like, the motherfucker, dude. Nobody's coming here. We're about to go out of business, and this motherfucker walks in, and I gotta look at his fucking taint. I'm gonna fucking punish this cocksucker, dude. I don't know what it was. And then my girlfriend walked over and held my hand. And and in the moment I'm thinking to myself, what is she doing? I'm like, this is painful. It's not that painful though. I don't need you to squeeze my hand. So I was just holding her hand, being like, I appreciate this, but also you're just here for them to know I'm not a creep. I don't need you to make me look like kind of a pussy, right? It's like the pain's fine, dude. You're here to make me look chill, dude, and now you're making me look like I can't handle at all what's going on. But anyway, so she did that, and then she was like, okay, so I'll put you on some antibiotics, and then just keep draining it. And I'm like, okay, so a hot compress, how much pressure should I put? Because online it was varying. It was don't put that much pressure, put some pressure. So I was like, how much pressure? She's like, you should put a lot of pressure. So basically she was like, what everything you were doing was good, and I'm just going to give you antibiotics. So since I've been taking the antibiotics, it's gone down a crazy amount, but there's still a slight bump where I'm like, do I gotta still go into a dermatologist and get it fucking ripped out, dude? Do I still need it scalpeled and ripped out? And also, if that's the case, should I just do a home surgery because I drained it better than that doctor at urgent care? Dude, what is it about urgent care, bro? I've talked about urgent care on this podcast before. It was a long time ago, dude. Years ago, dude. This guy fully told me I had the flu. And I was like, bro, I think I have strep throat. And he was like, bro, you have the flu. You don't have strep throat. And I was like, well, why don't you can you give me a strep test? And he's like, no, man. And this doctor, the way he greeted me, he had a mask on, but he shook my bare hand. What the fuck, dude? I was sick as a dog, and he shook my bare hand, but wore a mask. He would never put gloves on. What is this guy doing, dude? This guy doesn't know what's going on. And then I keep complaining. My throat hurts really bad. I have a fever. I think it's strep. And he's like, nah, man, you have the flu. It's flu season. It's definitely the flu. I just looked at your tonsils. It doesn't look like, I looked at your throat. It's not that red. And I'm like, can you at least give me the strep test? At that moment, I was insured. So I'm like, just give me whatever test, dude. And he's like, absolutely not. Have you ever had a doctor absolutely not you to strep test? In my experience, the doctor always does it just in case, even if you probably don't have it. So this motherfucker told me I had the flu. I was sick as fuck for like a week and a half. And then I went to a different doctor. And the woman was like, yo, your throat is crazy swollen. Dude, your adenoids or whatever the fuck are crazy swollen. Your lymph nodes are crazy swollen. And she goes, were you tested for strep? And I was like, no. She goes, why not? I go, the doctor refused. And she's like, for real? And I was like, yes. And then she tested me for strep, and literally within the hour, the rapid test came back. It was like, yeah, bro, give him fucking antibiotics right now, dude. Yeah, bro, remove that guy's degree as a doctor and give this guy the pills to not have his throat close up. So what I'm saying is, what are we paying all this money in insurance for? Dude, imagine if I walked into urgent care and the $900 a month insurance, I paid a $75 copay, and then the doctor was like, I'm not giving you a strep test. I would have killed him on the spot. I would have taken the nearest thing and strangled him to death. That's so insane, dude. I don't know what insurance I had at that time. I think I was like 24. I think I was fairly young. I think I was still on my parents' insurance. So whatever they had, and I think I paid a $50 copay. I was paying a $50 copay, and the guy wouldn't give me a strep test. That's crazy, dude. And I had strep. So and this woman didn't do anything. She was like, here's antibiotics. You drain it yourself. And if it stays fucked up, go to a dermatologist. To do what, dude? Is she going to do something? Or am I going to pay $500 to find out that she's like, oh, actually, we need to schedule a surgery? Fuck off, dude. Anyway, is Jim Carrey a clone? That's the real question. While I've been dealing with a cyst, dude, Jim Carrey's face has changed exponentially, dude. Jim Carrey's face has changed so aggressively that the world is debating whether or not he was a body double at this French award ceremony or if he was fully a clone, dude. And the clone conspiracy has been prevalent forever. Like the Avril Lavigne is said to be a clone. Eminem's said to be a clone. It's like the type of conspiracy that always comes back. And a section of the internet and people in life will believe in it. But I think the reason why this Jim Carrey thing is so big, this has like been like all over at least my internet feed. And I think the reason is because it used to be that like someone online would be like, yo, that guy's a clone. And then everyone's like, well, that's so crazy, dude. But Jim Carrey is seeming like a clone, or he's seeming very off right at a moment where we found out that one of the biggest conspiracies I can't even say it, dude. That's them trying to get to me, dude. Dude, they got me psychologically compromised, dude. They're controlling my tongue movement right now, dude. They're not letting me say the word conspiracy. But Jim Carrey is being perceived to be a clone right at the moment where we all found out that maybe the biggest conspiracy of all time is actually true. Like, we live in a world where like most of the billionaires, many of the billionaires are confirmed to have been fucking kids. And so, like, who am I to say Jim Carrey's not a clone? He might be a clone, dude. I don't know. I don't think he is. I really do not think that is the case. I think he got plastic surgery. But at the same time, those emails make me go, I think Jim Carrey could be a lizard, maybe. I don't know. Maybe Jim Carrey is dead and he's cloned fully. I don't know. I mean, those emails are crazy, dude. I read enough emails to believe that Jim Carrey might in fact be a clone, dude. You have to at least believe it 5%. That's just reality going forward, dude. Any conspiracy that happens now, you can't 100% not believe in. Because that one was because the Epstein files and all that it's so like people mocked and said no way, and it's true. Because that conspiracy was so, yeah, right, and it's actually real, every single conspiracy from now on, whether you like it or not, you got to be like, I mean, 5% of me is like, yeah, I don't know. That might, yeah, that's definitely true. I'm holding on to the 95 that's like, this is where I am. Where I'm at with it. I don't think he's a clone, but I don't know. He could be a body double. I don't fucking know. I saw that clip enough times of Jim Carrey saying that he gets body doubles, and that I saw a bunch of videos of people getting makeup, or that guy who does crazy makeup, where he was like Cruella de Vil, and I'm like, maybe, dude, maybe. I know he showed an AI image of a Jim Carrey mask. So he could just be doing like crazy viral marketing, but also at the same time, maybe that's like a double fucking with everybody of like, I did do it, but also I'm going to make an AI image for you to doubt it. My question is, why has Jim Carrey not said anything? If I was Jim Carrey, I would immediately be like, yo, I'm real. That's why I'm thinking maybe it's a body double and he's fucking with everybody. Him doing a body double and fucking with the world seems conceivable. The clone thing seems a little far-fetched, but at the same time, the billionaires are pedophiling it up. So while people have to pay $900 a month in health insurance. Anyway, the camera's about to go out. I'll see you guys in a second. What's up? I'm back. Yeah, dude. So Jim Carrey, I don't know. I think it's just a body double, dude. Dude, the thing that was bothering me is that like a bunch of videos I saw of people saying that he is a clone are videos of people with so many filters on their face that I'm like, what? Like, are you real? Like, they're like, yo, this is not the real Jim Carrey. I'm like, are you a real person? Are you AI? What's going on? I know you're not AI, but you're so filtered up that I'm like, you could be wearing a mask right now and I wouldn't fucking know. Dude, that's a scary part about, dude, I mean, everyone's talking about it, so it's redundant to even mention it because it's such a prevalent fear that everyone's having. But AI, like, the thing that's bugging me recently about AI is not even the AI videos. It's people thinking regular videos are AI. That's where it's like really frustrating and like going to dissolve civilization. That's what's gonna fuck us up. AI is so good, or it's getting good enough. It's not even, here's the thing. AI, you could still tell it's AI for the most part, a lot of videos. But it's just good enough that it's making people watch regular shit that's not AI, and they will argue with you that it is, which is like, it makes you want to die, dude. When you're looking at a video that you know is real, and somebody next to you is like, there's no way that's real, and you're an idiot for thinking it's not something it isn't. That's when it all collapses, dude. We're on the precipice, dude. We're on the verge of it all just fucking reality has ceased to exist, dude. It's already been ceasing to exist, and it will fully just disappear in like 10 years, dude. When I'm 40, the world is going to be so upsettingly the future, you know? The world is already so upsettingly the future, but like I think about that all the time, dude. I hate how much the future is right now. Like when I was a kid, I watched like Terminator, and I was like, whoa, this movie's amazing and thrilling, and I'm so glad I will not live to see that happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I liked sci-fi because it wasn't going to be in my time. But it fully is, dude. It fully is. We're there, dude. We're there, and it's more upsetting than the movie, dude. If it was a robot that would like, if it was a bunch of robots and we're like they're bad and we fought them, at least that's a clear-cut villain. But instead, what's going to happen is people are going to start stabbing each other over a real video that someone thinks is AI because AI is so prevalent. Someone's going to get killed over an argument about a video being real that is like somebody petting their dog, dude. There's going to be the most milquetoast boring video, and two people are going to gun each other down because they're not sure if it's actually the Garfield cartoon or if it's somebody AIing a different scene in it. Yeah, so I don't like that. That's not good. Speaking of user-generated images, my girlfriend found my mom's Instagram account. Yeah, and she sent me the image of her profile picture, and it is beyond insane, dude. It's my mom. It's like a Bitmoji or whatever the fuck it's called. It's a Bitmoji of my mom. Just her eyes and her hair. You could see her eyes and her hair. It's her pulling down curtains, and she's looking through curtains, like she's creeping through curtains. That's her profile photo for Instagram, dude. Like my mom's the only photo she has is a profile photo, and it's a cartoon version of her creeping on the world. Which I'm like, is my mom doing like a very funny joke where she's like acknowledging that she's just creeping on people on the internet, or did she just how did she create that image? She has to be just admitting what she's there for. Which honestly, kudos to my mom, because she's like, listen, bro, this is what I'm doing here. I'm not here to share my life. I'm here to find out what the fuck my kids are doing. I'm here to find out what my kids are doing, and without them knowing, dude. And that's what she does, bro. Every time I see my mom, she's like, "Oh, I saw that thing you posted," and I'm like, "What? You have an Instagram?" She's like, "Well, yeah, like I don't even think she follows me. She just looks me up every once in a while. She follows like all the wives and my girlfriend in the family, but then I guess for her actual sons, because she knows that we'll be creeped out, she's like, let me just be even creepier and not follow them, just randomly search them up to see what's going on. It might be the first parent in the history of the internet that's being truly explicit about what they're there for. Because other parents will creep on what you do, and they'll get mad at you, and they'll text they'll like tell your dad that you posted something, and they'll be mad, and then your dad will yell at you, and you'll be like, where is this? How did you even know what I posted? You know, a lot of people are covert about it, but instead my mom is like, I'm fully telling you what's up, dude. I'm a huge creep for my children. It's funny too, because she sounds like a creep. Like she'll tell my girlfriend about like all the videos she's posted, and my girlfriend is like, why is she's watching so much of me, dude? What is happening? It is weird when somebody like recites or brings up videos you forgot you posted. That's what she was doing to my girlfriend. She was bringing up videos so far back, my girlfriend was like, I don't even think I posted that. I don't even know if that's me. But yeah, it's crazy. I'll put it on screen, that image. Yeah, my mom's a creep. What are you gonna do, bro? She finally got on the internet. Good for her, dude. I pushed her away from it for so long, dude, because I didn't want her to be one of those people. Because if you see my mom's like text threads with some of her friends, like the text exchanges they have, it reads like a Facebook argument. You know what I'm saying? Like if she had Facebook, she'd be arguing. She would have had that argument publicly, and I'm like, listen. Privately argue with your friends about politics. You don't need to go on Facebook. You don't need to have a Facebook and then end up doing it and not understanding the perception of the internet. That's what happens. Is that these old people get on Facebook and they don't understand that everyone can see their argument. They think they're like it's the same as texting. They think like the post they're in can only be seen by the people commenting in it. They don't understand that like their grandson is reading it and going, "Yo, grandpa's fucking dumb as hell, dude." Damn, my grandpa's a dumb fuck, dude. Dude, I had a friend who his dad was just like looking at porn, dude. He liked a photo of a woman with cum on her, dude. This was early Facebook. We were in high school. Dude, this is why I told my mom to never go on the internet. Not that she would ever do this, but she doesn't even need to witness other parents doing these crazy things. But my friend had a father who would like, at first we would see him liking just like cartoon, not porn, just like hot cartoons of women. And then it escalated to somebody posted just a woman with cum on her. And it wasn't like a porn star. It was like, it just looked like some woman, like maybe a guy's wife, just with cum on her. And his dad, my friend's dad, commented and said, "Wow, that is so hot. Wow." Wow, that is so hot. Wow. And I think I went in and I liked it. I think I liked the comment. Because I wanted him to know. I remember telling my friend, I'm like, I'm going to like this comment. And my friend's like, bro, dude, you do what you... That's what my friend is dope, dude. He's got a great sense of humor. He's the type of guy to be like, bro, if you want to make a joke about that, do it, dude. Wow, that is so hot. Wow. Couldn't be a crazier, creepier, weirder. It's like the most milquetoast insane. It's like the most... It's like... I can't even conceive of how he put that sentence together. It's like the most perfect... It's the most perfectly uncomfortable sentence your father could ever post on a random photo of a woman with cum on her. It's like so perfect it feels like I'm making it the fuck up, dude. But anyway, I liked the comment, but my friend was like, bro, do what you gotta do. And I liked it. And my friend was like, bro, I can't believe you did that. Dude, and then years later, like one of my friend's dads, was trying to argue with me about Bernie Sanders on Facebook, and I was like, bro, what are you doing? I literally just went, I disagree with you, man. And he was like, oh yeah, you would. I'm like, totally. I hope you have a good day. The fuck, dude? One of my friend's dads started DMing me about politics. I'm like, bro, I don't care, dude. I don't care. Also, what? I feel like old people, like, they forget that it's a human it's like a person they actually know at the other end of it. Like that, like even when they see you, they're like, well, that's not really the God that my son's friend that I met. That's like some weird fucked up version of him that will never actually receive what I'm saying to him. So what I'm saying is, if you have a parent, keep them away from Facebook. Keep them away from the internet. Push them away from it for a decade, so that when they finally get it, they not only don't post anything, they're only observing, and they're honest about what they're doing, dude. Honestly, if my friend's dad's profile photo was him with his dick in his hand, it would have been more honest. Instead, it's just him. Dude, my friend's dad, the equivalent of what my mom did of creeping, my friend's dad's version would be a Bitmoji where you didn't see the face, it's just his dick is out. Which I don't think your phone will create that for you. I don't think your phone will create a Bitmoji dick pic. But if it did, then his father could have been more honest. You know what's gross too is that, like, this was like, what, 15 years ago? He's probably doing crazier shit now, dude. He's probably fucking posting photos. Like, I don't even know what he's doing now, dude. I don't even know what degeneracy he's getting into on Facebook. I don't even know what's going on. Dude, Facebook must be a fucking hellscape, dude. I got out of there years ago. Dude, who's still on there? If you're in your 30s and you're on Facebook, bro, you're definitely like killing people, or you're doing something bad. You have no business being on Facebook if you're under the age of 56. Older people have no business being on there, but it's the only social media that I want. If old people are going to do social media, go to the one that's dead, dude. Go to the one that no one does anymore, because then you guys can just fuck around and we don't have to see it, you know? It warms my heart that right now there are old people who aren't smart enough to go on Instagram, so they go on Facebook, so that, you know, things like what happened to my friend never happen to another kid. It's good that social media is for old people, because back then it was just everyone was on Facebook, and so people like my friend had to see their father be a disgusting perv, dude. They had to witness firsthand their dad being gross as fuck. And now, because there are different social media platforms for different ages, dude, hopefully, you know, there are sons who don't know who their father truly is. I don't know if that's good or bad that he got to fully know who his dad is, dude. I think that's part of the reason why I didn't want to find out, you know, that my mom, you know, is weird. Like, I didn't want to find out something bad about my mom. Like, I didn't want to see her argue something and then like see her be like nasty or something. Not that I think my mom ever would, but like, I didn't want to happen what happened to my friend happen to me. You know, I like my relationship with my mom and my dad. I don't want the internet to destroy that, dude. Because the internet will pull the worst part of yourself out if you're not careful. If you're not well versed, you're gonna fuck up, dude. Like, early internet me, I was saying shit that I shouldn't be saying. I was posting shit that was fucking uncomfortable to look at now. Yeah, it's no good, dude. It's no good. It's a crazy, wild world you have to navigate, and it took me like 2 decades of being on the internet to finally not be totally upsetting. So imagine you're 60 and you start on the internet. Every person who gets on the internet is gonna post stuff that sucks for a while until they're like, oh, this is how it works. And the older you are, the harder it's going to be, dude. There's going to be a point where there's new shit that I will never understand, and it's my job as an older person to not participate. Sometimes it's your duty as an old person to bow the fuck out, dude. I'm excited to do it. I'm excited to go, I don't understand this, and I don't need to be a part of it. I'm going to be dead soon. Why ruin the party? But Resident Evil came out. Resident Evil 9 came out, dude. Dude, it's so good. It's the game of the year, bro. It's the best game. It's the best game of all time, dude. It's the best. I don't know. It's maybe the best Resident Evil game of all time. Best game of all time. I'm exaggerating. I don't know. It might be, dude. I don't know. I'm real fucking. I played through it so many fucking times, dude. Way too many times. Okay. I bought it for PC. Got all the achievements. Played it 5 more times. Then my girlfriend was away, and my dog, my PC's over there, so it's like I gotta, the dog, and there's no place for the dog to be next to me, so the dog was just on the couch being sad, and I was like, well, what if I buy Resident Evil on PlayStation and beat it on that? So I bought it for PlayStation to keep my dog company. I bought it because I'm a psycho, dude. I bought it because I'm crazy and I want to platinum it on PlayStation. And guess what? I did, dude. I platinumed it on PlayStation. So what I'm telling you is, if I've never done that. I've never bought a game for both platforms when it came out. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I've bought games on a sale later for another platform just because I wanted to play it on Steam Deck, or because I didn't have a PC at the time, so now I want it on PC. I've never once bought the same game for 2 different platforms just to play. Dude, I almost bought it for the Switch as well. I almost bought it for every fucking thing I own just because I love it so much. And GTA and Wolverine are still coming out this year, dude. This is about to be a banger year for video games. Resident Evil 9 is already game of the year easily. Like, it's very rare that the year starts and you have a video game where you're like, oh, well, like, even if no good games come out this year, this was an amazing year. Just that game alone existing made this year one of the best years in gaming. And then on top of that, we're gonna get fucking, dude. This is like a GTA 5 level year, dude. Remember, we got GTA 5, The Last of Us, and BioShock in 1 year. We're about to do that, dude. We're about to get fucking. We got Resident Evil 9. We're gonna get Wolverine, and we're gonna get GTA, bro. If GTA and Wolverine don't drop the ball, this is gonna be one of the best years in video games ever. But the real important thing I got to say about Resident Evil is, if you're trying to do the final puzzle, when I was looking it up online how to complete it, every single video I watched was dead wrong. I don't know if people have fixed it by now, but I'm going to tell you the actual way to do it. Every video you see is people going, the first step is to go to the basement and wait 15 minutes and go into the processor and make sure all the zombies get ground up, and then pull the lever once you go down the chute, right? Pull the lever to drain out all the blood, and it's going to say a ton of blood has flowed out, okay? And then after that, go flush the toilet 8 times. I'm telling you right now, that doesn't work. I don't know. Maybe something's fucked up with my PlayStation and PC copy, but both of those versions of the game, I waited 30 minutes. I more than 15. I waited 30 minutes. I got every single motherfucker in the grinder, and I pulled the lever, and it said a lot of blood flowed out, which means you're not going to get the doll, dude. Which means you're not going to do the final puzzle. So ignore that shit. This is what you do. As soon as you get to the hospital, you go to the bathroom with Grace and you flush it 8 fucking times, okay? Before you go to the bathroom, before you go to the basement, you flush one of the toilets 8 fucking times. Okay? Then you're going to play as Leon. When she's about to go into the basement, you switch to Leon. As Leon, I don't know if it was necessary to do this, but I did it. As Leon, I went to the bathroom, picked a different toilet, flushed that 8 times. Okay? Then when I went to the basement, I went to the save point by the processor. I waited 30 minutes, 30 fucking minutes, double what they say to wait. Then I made sure every single zombie went to the processor. I went down the chute. I went to the lever. I pulled it. It said a torrent of blood. Okay? I skipped a ton. I did it so correct. I went to torrent. Okay? And then just for good measure, when you're Grace again in the hospital right after, I went to the bathroom, picked the third toilet I hadn't flushed that 8 fucking times. And both times I did that on PC and PS5, I got the fucking doll. So I don't know how many flushes is necessary, but I do know this. Flushing before the basement will get you at least a ton of blood. I don't know. It got me a torrent. And a torrent is the most amount of blood. A torrent means, yo, bro, you're definitely getting the fucking doll. So if you're having trouble, just do exactly what I said. Just do that exactly, and I promise you, you will get the doll. And then once you get the doll, well, I don't remember the code. Watch a video. You analyze the hand that gets chopped off from the fucking the evil lady who regenerates. Analyze that. Pick up your girl. Go to one of the puzzle things with the sun, moon, and star. Do the code that everyone says you're supposed to do, that you find out, that you're supposed to find out through all the clues, but who's fucking doing that? You're just going to look it up. Do that, and then it'll be like, yo, the 2 girls heard the fucked up giggle, and then you'll have 20,000 points that you don't really need because you know, if you are a psycho and you did every other challenge already, you could afford everything. So enjoy the fat stack of 20,000. You can't do anything. Enjoy the fat stack of 20,000 CP. Dude, it's so funny. I kept telling people, like friends of mine, when I was playing Resident Evil 9, I was like, bro, I gotta beat the game without healing myself so I can get 35,000 CP. And my friends were like, bro, you gotta stop saying CP. And I'm like, bro, it's not that kind of CP, dude. It's not my fault. That's what the game is calling it. CP in Resident Evil stands for completion points, dude. Okay? Which is very different from what it means in all of the rest of everyone's lives. I don't know if it's a translation issue. I don't know if it's just like Resident Evil's like, yo, we don't give a fuck that it sounds crazy. We're not going to change completion points. They could just change it to a money sign. Like they really don't have to call it CP. But especially in this, you know, in the current times we're in, you might want to, you know, not have your game call its currency CP because of the context, but Resident Evil's like, no, dude, this game is so good, you're gonna do all the challenges anyway, and you're gonna call it what it is to your friends, dude. So yeah. So I got hella completion points. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. The other kind of CP is no good, dude. Don't ever have any amount of that, dude. If you want completion points, if you want that kind of CP, Resident Evil has a lot of it. You can get those points. You can buy unlimited ammo. But the other kind that exists, that is, you know, the other kind that it refers to in life, don't ever have any of it, dude. And if you do, walk to the police station right now. If you have any amount of that, turn yourself in. But that's it, dude. That's it. The cat. We got about 30 seconds left on the timer. My dog has huffed 17 times in the past 4 minutes, so my dog's telling me to wrap it the fuck up. Yeah, dude, thank you for listening. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope nobody has a cyst. Hope you're fucking healthy and hearty and doing great. And hope you have a beautiful week and enjoy the weekend. And yeah, man, thank you for listening. Hope you listen to the next one. If you made it to the end of this, bro, you're one of the coolest. You're one of 9 people probably. So I appreciate that. Yeah, dude. All right. Thank you for listening. I love you guys, and I'll see you next week.
Jake, you're an idiot. Jake, you don't make any sense. Jake, you're a piece of shit.